The town of Willow Creek was small, forgotten. Time seemed to stand still there, trapped beneath a blanket of mist and secrets. The old houses held onto their stories, whispering them to the wind. Among those houses, perched on a hill overlooking the town, stood the Blackwood Manor. It loomed large and imposing, shrouded in an eerie silence. The manor had been empty for years, ever since old Mrs. Blackwood passed away. Some townsfolk swore they could still see her, a shadowy figure in a rocking chair on the porch. But no one dared to venture near enough to find out. Except for Lily, that is. Lily was a curious girl, always eager to explore the hidden corners of her world. She had heard the whispers about the manor, the rumours of its ghosts and secrets. So when she heard that her grandmother had left her the house in her will, she wasn't afraid. She was excited. The house smelled of dust and decay, the air thick with the silence of ages. Lily wandered from room to room, her footsteps echoing on the wooden floors. She ran her fingers along the dusty furniture, imagining the lives that had unfolded within these walls. Finally, she reached the attic door. It was hidden away at the end of a long, dark hallway. The door creaked open as if reluctant to reveal its secrets. The attic was dark and dusty, filled with cobwebs and forgotten treasures. Old trunks overflowed with moth-eaten clothes and faded photographs. A rocking horse stood frozen in mid-gallop, its paint chipped and faded, and then Lily saw it. It was a mirror, propped up against the far wall. It was tall and ornate, with a silver frame that was tarnished with age, but it was the glass that drew Lily's eye. It was cracked down the centre, a jagged line that seemed to divide the reflection into two. Lily cautiously approached the mirror, her heart pounding in her chest. She reached out and touched the cold, smooth surface of the glass. And that's when she heard it. A whisper, soft as a breath, coming from the mirror itself. "Lily," the whisper seemed to say, barely audible over the creaking of the house. Lily spun around, her heart racing. Had she imagined it? She was alone in the attic, surrounded by shadows and dust. But as she turned back to the mirror, she heard it again. "Lily!" The whisper was louder this time, closer. It seemed to be coming from the crack in the glass, as if whatever lay on the other side was trying to break through. Fear coiled in Lily's stomach, cold and tight. She tried to pull away from the mirror, but it was like an invisible force was holding her there. Night after night, the whispers continued. They grew louder, more insistent, echoing through Lily's dreams. Lily tried to ignore them, to pretend she didn't hear the voice calling her name. But the mirror held a strange power over her, drawing her back to the attic, back to the whispers. One night, Lily woke to the sound of her name being whispered, not from the mirror, but from her own lips. She sat up in bed, her heart pounding in her chest. The room was dark, the only light coming from the moon shining through her window, but she could have sworn she heard the mirror calling her. Lily crept out of bed and tiptoed down the hallway to the attic door. The old wooden stairs groaned under her weight as she climbed them. The attic was dark and silent, the air thick with dust and the faint scent of decay. Lily hesitated for a moment, her hand hovering over the doorknob. But the whispers, they were stronger now, pulling her in. She pushed the door open and stepped inside. The mirror seemed to glow in the darkness, its cracked surface reflecting the moonlight like a malevolent eye. Lily felt a strange compulsion to approach it, to look into its depths. The whispers grew louder as she got closer, until they were a chorus of voices, all chanting her name. "Lily, Lily, Lily!" Lily's reflection stared back at her, but it was wrong. Her eyes, usually bright and full of life, were cold and empty like black pits. Her lips were curled into a cruel smile, revealing teeth that seemed too sharp, too pointed. And the voice, it wasn't coming from the mirror anymore, it was coming from her reflection. "Lily!" it rasped, reaching out from the mirror with clawed hands. "Join me!" Terror lent speed to Lily's feet. She stumbled back, tripping over her own 2 feet. As she fell, she caught one last glimpse of the mirror, of the creature that wore her face, its grin widening in triumph. Then everything went black. When the morning light crept through the cracks in the attic windows, Lily was gone. Her parents searched for her, their frantic cries echoing through the empty halls of Blackwood Manor. The townspeople joined in, scouring the woods and fields. But Lily was nowhere to be found. The only sign of her was the mirror in the attic, its cracked surface reflecting nothing but the empty room. The whispers had stopped for now, but the mirror remained, a silent sentinel in the dusty attic, waiting for its next victim, waiting for someone curious enough, brave enough, or foolish enough to look into its depths. The town of Willow Creek held its breath, shrouded in an unsettling silence. The mirror's secret remained, a chilling reminder that some mysteries are best left unsolved.